Hello everyone, welcome to Financial Success. Today I'm going to be talking about Coinbase going public tomorrow and what I plan on doing. And so right now there is talk that it is going to be opening around $250. However, I expect it to open much higher than that. And so I am not planning on buying a position, although I am looking to buy other cryptocurrency stocks that I think have much larger growth potential. And so I also have some exciting news at the end of the video that I'd like to share, so please stay to the end of the video since I think it will be very beneficial. Also, as always, I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research. And if you enjoy the video, please hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. And so I'd like to take a look at this article here on CNBC stating that Coinbase gets a reference price of $250 per share ahead of its direct listing on Wednesday. And so this would value the company at right around $65.3 billion, as Coinbase is to become one of the first major crypto businesses to go public in the US. And it should reach a $100 billion market cap, which will instantly make it one of the country's 85 most valuable companies. And so Coinbase has been around for a while. It was around when I was trading cryptocurrencies back in 2016 and 2017. And so that kind of was the go-to name for a cryptocurrency exchange. Now there's many different cryptocurrency exchanges you can use. However, I think Coinbase is still the most popular. And so Coinbase did choose to go with a direct listing rather than a traditional IPO. And so this means that instead of raising cash by selling new shares to a group of institutional investors, Coinbase is allowing stakeholders to start selling immediately at a market-driven price. And so what this means is they have a reference price of $250. However, if investors are willing to pay $300 or $500, depending on how much buying power there is out there and where those prices are set, that will kind of direct where the price will open at. And so if people are willing to pay $400 for a share of Coinbase, then the price may open at $400. And so it is going to be kind of determined by the investors and the price that they set to purchase. And so this is NASDAQ's first major direct listing. There have been other direct listings as well that have taken place in the New York Stock Exchange, such as Spotify, Slack, Palantir, Asana, and Roblox. And so the opening price was on average about 37% higher than the reference price. And so if that gets applied to Coinbase with the reference price of $250, that means the price would open up right around $343. And so I'd expect it to open right around there as well, maybe up even to the low 400s. And so if you are interested in buying that, just keep that in mind. I do not have any plans to buy Coinbase stock tomorrow unless it drops dramatically and it is down maybe $150 or $200 per share. I will pick up a few shares of Coinbase. However, I do have plans to buy different stocks. And so the first stock that I'd like to talk about is Bigg Digital. This is BBKCF. And so I have talked about this in a past video. And so I will link that at the end screen if you're interested in watching it. And so I think this stock has a ton of potential going forward. This stock is also a cryptocurrency exchange in Canada. And as you can see, it is up 22% today. And so this does trade over the counter. It is up to $3.76. However, I still think there is a lot of opportunity for this stock. And so I'd like to look into it a little bit more here. This is their one pager, just explaining kind of what they do. And so they do own, operate, and invest in crypto businesses that support and enhance a compliant and regulated ecosystem. And so they have two different divisions. They own Netcoins, and then they also own Blockchain Intelligence Group. And so Netcoins is their cryptocurrency exchange. This is very similar to Coinbase or Voyager. And so they sell different cryptocurrencies. And so they can charge a fee for those cryptocurrencies, and that's how they can make money. However, they also have this Blockchain Intelligence Group as well, which brings security and accountability to the new era of cryptocurrency. And so this is where they are able to monitor and track cryptocurrencies. And so they are working with regulatory people in Canada to make the first regulated exchange in Canada. And so I think this is going to be a very important aspect of cryptocurrencies going forward. And so that is why I think I really like this company. I think there's so much potential just because if they focus just on Netcoins, like Coinbase does, is just an exchange, say the fees go away like a traditional brokerage account, they used to charge fees for that, and now trading is free. They only charge for over-the-counter stocks. And so if those do go away, a lot of the income for Coinbase may go away. And so that may be similar with Netcoins as well. However, since they still have blockchain intelligence group, they can still get income from that as well. And so I think that is a good thing. They are diversified, and so that's very good for this company. And so down here we can also see that their revenues are growing substantially as well from Q4 to Q1, just like Coinbase and Voyager. They have grown almost 3.5 times their revenue for Q1, and so they are growing very quickly. And so I think this is a very positive sign for the company. And so this is their cryptocurrency exchange. I just like to look through it here. We can see some of the cryptocurrencies that they trade on top of the screen, scrolling across the top there. And so they do not have an app yet. However, that is something they are looking to have in the future. And so I'd like to look at these catalysts here. They have 3 major catalysts that could be coming up here in the near term. The first one is their Netcoins, their exchange that they have in Canada. They are working on it being the first regulated and compliant crypto exchange in Canada. And so they are working with regulatory firms to make sure that it is compliant. And so they have been working on this since about 2017 or 2018. They actually went to them to focus on making a regulatory exchange. And so I think this is very important going forward. This is something that is going to happen. It can't just be a free-for-all out there for cryptocurrencies. And so I think this is a good step forward. And so they are also going to be looking at expanding into Europe and the US in the next 6 months. And so the CEO said that a couple of months ago. And so this may be something they're announcing here in the next few months that they are expanding. And so that's definitely another catalyst that will make them have much more revenue since they'll have more people trading on the platform. And as I stated before, they're also looking into developing a Netcoins app similar to Coinbase or Voyager as well. And so I think that is something that's needed to stay competitive. And so with all these catalysts here, I definitely think that it's possible, with Coinbase releasing their IPO tomorrow, they're going to have all the attention in the cryptocurrency space. However, big digital assets may be releasing news on Thursday or Friday to kind of steal some of that thunder from Coinbase. And so I think that'd be a very smart move on their point, whether they announce that they have regulatory approval or they have developed an app. Those could be catalysts coming in the near future. And so I'd like to also compare this to another cryptocurrency exchange that a lot of people have been talking about as well, and this is Voyager Digital, and this is ticker symbol VYGVF. And so this is trading right around $25.48. It was down a little bit today. However, it has grown substantially over the past couple of months. And so I am looking at the 6-month chart here. As you can see, this was trading for $2 to $3 back in December and January, and then it has spiked substantially and grown to almost $30. And so I believe that Big Digital is still in this phase down here. I still think they have the potential to hit $25 or $30 as well. And so I think there's much more growth potential for Big Digital. Some people are saying that Voyager could become the next Coinbase, but I think that's a very big step since Coinbase has a lot of the market already. Since they were the first to market, I think it is definitely difficult to go from the Voyager size to Coinbase. It's going to be much easier to get from Big Digital size with Netcoins and expanding to Europe and the US and then achieving the size of Voyager. And so I think there's a lot of potential with that, especially because Big Digital's market cap is about 500 million. And so it's quite small. And so there's a lot of room for growth. And so I'd also like to take a look at this on Voyager's website as well. Voyager is currently available only in the US, excluding New York. And so this is very similar to Coinbase as well. They are just a US trading platform. And so they are working to expand internationally into Canada and Europe later this year. And so that's the same thing as Netcoins. They're focusing on Canada right now, and then they are focusing on maybe expanding into the US and Europe as well. Although I think that Netcoins has a lot more opportunity with that. If they get, compliance in Canada, I think they are going to have a lot better chance expanding into the US and Europe since they already are compliant in Canada. And so I think there is a lot of potential there. And so the last thing I'd like to talk about here is HUMBL. This is in the cryptocurrency space as well. And so they do have block ETXs that are very similar to like a mutual fund or an index fund for cryptocurrencies. It is a simple format for long-term passive and active investments. into the new digital asset investment markets rooted in blockchain. And so they are focusing on that. The CEO did have a stockholders conference today where he did mention that they're going to be releasing an app on Friday. And so that's kind of like what I was talking about with Bigg Digital. They are kind of running off the hype from Coinbase. And so they have released news that they are going to be releasing that app. And so I think this is going to make the stock go up substantially as well. And so on top of that, Brian Foote, the CEO, has also announced that they're going to be live on CNBC tomorrow between 2 and 3 Eastern Time. And they're going to be talking about HUMBL and NFTs. And so he kind of did hint at this in the shareholder conference they had today that they were going to be releasing more news on CNBC as well. And so I'm not sure whether it's going to be related to NFTs or not. However, depending on what that is, the stock may go up more based on that news as well. And so that's just something to keep in mind. And so this is HUMBL Financial. You can see there's different blocks here you can invest in. And depending on what block you choose, there's different investments in each one. And so you can see here this block has block Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And then if we choose a different blocks, say we choose block 10 to invest into, that one has many different investments. It has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, Litecoin, Chainlink, VeChain, Binance Coin. And so you have much more of a variety of coins depending on what block you choose. And so I've seen people with returns on this. They are having very good success buying into these blocks. And so that's definitely something to look into if you're not an active crypto trader. It is very simple to use. And so this is the chart here for HUMBL. The ticker symbol is HMBL. As you can see, it is trading at $3.12. It was up 11% today, and I think that is just because people were buying based on the stockholders conference that was today. However, this stock has not run yet on the app news just because it is over the counter. And so I think this stock will continue to run tomorrow, especially with the thought that it is going to be on CNBC in the afternoon. And so it's just something to keep in mind. I have also created a video on this in the past, and so I will link that on the end screen here. And so if you're interested in watching that, please check it out. And so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.